when I think that I'm gonna want to make like a video where I just talk fast about whatever things are possibly on my mind, uh, it seems like I'm more prone to making videos like my first batch of video essays back from the end of 2023, where I actually do the opposite and I pause for long periods of time in between speaking. And depending on the video, I will either edit out the pauses or I'll edit out the speaking uh, until I speak a sentence that I really meant to say, to weave into the tapestry of the video that I'm making. If I'm gonna make this video, then I kind of just want to make it include, like, I want this to be like an, oh sorry, I'm peeking the mic. I kind of want to make an omnibus video. I kind of want to make this video broken up into parts, and each of the parts is a title of all of my previous vlog video essays. Um, that implies like too much of like I was planning to make this video all along. when nothing could be further from the truth. I really wanted to have weed before I recorded another video, but that didn't work out. Ah, right. No. I mean, despite everything, here we are again, right? Me alone in my room, talking. But a lot changes. I've been going through a lot. And I mean, it's nice to be confident that I'm making these videos for the person who watches these videos. Like, I can reach through the screen and tell you how I got through what got through, what I struggled with. This is really hard. I mean, I had some ideas for videos, I had some ideas for jokes. But I'm so sober. I'm so tired. I always thought that I was evil, and that the point of being alive was to bury that evil behind a mask and to pilot the mask around so that I could get what I want. And like I've already been through phases of crisis and doubt and hope, and like all it takes is coming around to the idea that if you act in the best interest of others to the best of your ability, and you continue to change your ways to do less harm and to and to reduce the harm that exists, like I'm not moving on from that. I always want to reflect and review and do better than I did before, do better than I'm doing now. I hope in the future to do better then. But wouldn't you know it, the fear is gone. And it feels really strange to exist like this. My life was always interesting in the way that I was always motivated to figure myself out. I was always motivated to figure out what I could want, how I could want to live forever, how like how I could want to live through my whole life without ever wanting to die. And then I don't really know what my purpose is. I don't know what to strive for. I don't know what my struggle is exactly. What mattered to me for the last like 27 years has been escapism. And so who else do I admire but the artists who create the scenarios in which I can escape? TV shows are one. Games are a huge one. Because like I get myself. It's there's no like there's no zoning out with a game. I mean, not a good game. Like, what do I mean by zoning out? Like, I mean like watching a TV show. Like, okay, like if you're staring at a screen and there's just random colors and random sounds being generated, you're not gonna be able to escape from reality by staring at it and listening to it for very long, are you? And if there's a TV show on the screen, that's better. But if it's a video game, I'm sorry, I'm this is how all of my videos go. I'm working backwards from not having a point to developing a point that I want to make. Which is that as a from head to toe as a human being, my entire reality is just made up of emotional experiences and tactile experiences, but those just kind of serve to feed into the emotional experiences. That's what I think, anyway. And so, art that makes you feel things, I thought it could serve as a substitute. It does. It functions that way for as long as it does. And and I like video games because they make me feel against whatever other things are going on. They make me feel shame, they make me feel motivated, they make me feel excited. They just make me see the gap between what I'm capable of now and what I could be capable of if I got better at the game, or if I got better at things that occur outside of the game that can serve to make you better at the game. Because how fast can you get good at a game? Depends on how long you can spend intentionally practicing. And you can spend longer the better you are at regulating your emotions. And that is both simpler and more complex than it sounds. Because what if somebody comes into the room and interrupts you from playing? Or what if they don't interrupt you, but they just start watching? What if it's an annoying person? What if it's someone who's going to talk over things and comment on your gameplay? Or try to talk to you about other things? And then you might see like some branching paths there of like, well, maybe you could pause it and wait for them to leave, but you're not getting better at the game while it's paused. You can yell at them to try and make them go away, but that puts you in a heightened emotional state that is going to make you worse at the game until you calm down, and you can get better at calming down faster, but like that's not the type of person I wanted to become, so I was more into practicing just dealing with it, and just accepting like, I can't control this person from watching and from commenting, and I don't think I really want to. I don't want to control people, and I don't want to be isolated, and I don't want to be a jerk. I just want to be good at this game I'm playing. So for a few years, I think it was a few years before 2020, I referred to my Nintendo Switch very sincerely as like my box that makes me feel emotions. That if I get home from school or I get home from work and I don't know what I want to do, but I just know I want to feel something for the next 2 hours, I can play some multiplayer games on my Switch. And then I will feel motivated to not embarrass myself in front of my teammates. I don't want to let the team down. Motivated to prove myself against competitors. Motivated to keep my cool because a level head allows you to play better. And I guess, I don't know, I'd like to believe that those skills carry over into the real world. Related to video games or not, I have developed skills that serve me well enough. I don't really get flustered with customers or coworkers. And when I do, I tend to be good enough at identifying what I did wrong and, if necessary, apologizing for it, or just taking a breather, just taking some time. I think mostly I'm just good at identifying that, for one, none of this matters. I'm serving like fast food to a customer who's hungry and just wants food. I just want to not become homeless and starve to death, so I gotta keep working. Like, and I don't really get satisfaction out of, like, I don't know, getting upset at work just doesn't do anything for me, so I don't get upset to the best of my ability. Feeling a little nauseous, maybe a little hungry. And what's fucking me up right now is that, as good as I am at video games and watching TV, I'm entering a phase of my existence where I don't think just sitting in my room playing games is what I want to do with the rest of my life. And by the rest of my life, I mean the present, because I think people get that twisted sometime, that the rest of your life is somehow different from what you're doing with the hours of your day right now. I just, and it's that's too noble of a way to try and frame it. It's just that I don't get satisfied from it. You know, I'm getting bored. There's the path of the artist that if I think it's more whatever you want to believe my motivations are to change the world and to impact people and to help other fucking freaks like me, then I do like the idea of creating art. Sorry, this is pissing me off. Bring it back. You can touch a lot of hearts and minds with a really good art. That's a show or a comic or a game or a poem or what have you. And I do consider critique and review and the consumption of art to be an art form of its own. I mean, it doesn't help that I don't know, or it does help that I just watched a J-Reg video. Another one about community and now all the different video topic ideas are just swirling around in my head like a soup. At this exact moment, I can't feel like filtering my messages and my ideas through the game of art is a worthwhile use of time on Earth. I don't know, just for me, for how I used to think of it, of like, because I love it. It takes a diversity of tactics. I love the messages that are shared through art. And I think when it comes to shaping the minds of future generations, like, the art world is it. It's video games, it's TV shows. Like, that's what shapes the planet right now. So that's good. I love when good art has good message and good impact on the culture. And I used to take a lot of joy from, like, learning to animate and learning to program and how to get better at different forms of art. And I'm not giving up on that. I would still love to... I mean, that would be my perfect world, is a world in which I am allowed and able to just roam around and do whatever feels good, do whatever I enjoy. And I mean, and it's not a contradiction. Who's to say I'm not doing that? Who's to say this isn't that doing what feels important to me isn't what makes me feel good? isn't what's fun. And maybe it doesn't look like I'm having fun, but think about it in terms of the fact that I'm a gamer. That, I don't sit down at a game and go like, if this makes me smile and laugh, then I'm having fun with this game. It's more like what I seek out is the challenge, is the uncomfortability, is the struggle, is the what makes me feel like I could do better, and I seek that out. I push in that direction. It's the kind of gamer I am. And for better or for worse, I'm playing life like that too. So, um, it's social movements, it's community, it's some kind of revolution. I don't want to play these games of other people's designs. I do what I have to, and I go to work. It's only through specific efforts and circumstances that I'm able to get away with working few enough hours that I don't lose my mind. But it's the hours that I'm allowed my freedom to actually spend doing what I want that I can't keep spending these hours just playing video games and watching stuff, and this feels really painful to admit, but I don't feel motivated to go anywhere or to see anyone or to and I don't know, it just feels like steps in the process that I just don't feel like doing. That, like, if it were to take a year for me to develop like some kind of mutual aid thing or to build some new relationships with like other activists, it's like I don't know. I guess I should be doing those steps, and but it's like there's so much of my brain that says you're wasting your time if you don't figure out what the bigger picture is. That if I don't think I'm wrong in saying that it feels like I'm settling for smaller goals, and that those goals are quite self-centered. And I don't have any disdain for being self-centered or taking self-centered actions. I think taking care of yourself first is good, but like, I don't know. I see it in myself that I just want comfort and I just want shelter and weed and food, and to not have to work for it under bizarre terms that other people come up with, that other people define what valuable work looks like, and how much of the value I'm entitled to and how much my boss is entitled to, how much my landlord is entitled to. And so I view these smaller steps in a process of, I don't know, and I'm just kind of hashing out my thoughts, because like, it's not a waste of time to listen to people and to build relationships with people, to build a community, because to just sit by myself and try to come up with what I think the best thing is, it's pretty fucking unlikely that I'm just gonna come up with that. But hear me out, that like, I still don't want to go fully the other direction of just waiting, or I don't know, this sounds weird and antisocial, and it is, but like, I don't care to interface with people that that hold value in these rituals of proving yourself in specific ways, that I have to meet you in a certain way or prove myself in a certain way, that I think I would rather just be myself and put myself out there and my ideas out there again and again, and just keep rolling the dice that I'll meet people who can hear the meaning in my words, and the urgency in the situation that we're in. I don't want to dance around and play games anymore. I'm the life of the party. Yeah. Come on. There you go. Come on. Look down on me. Come on. I need to talk to more people about what's important to me. People who are a bit further along in figuring this out. the insincerity, the cruelty of this world is filling my lungs. I'm drowning in it. And I'm a safe distance away from it. Like, I have the choice to just go back to my old ways and just use all the tools at my mental disposal to ignore it all and escape from it and just entertain myself day in and day out. If you want to be mean to me, I ask that you don't. I don't intend to engage with it. I'm just trying to be very precise with my life, to where I, don't just... People are a very diverse bunch, and wherever you spawn in on this planet, odds are that if you just go around in your immediate vicinity and speak with absolute honesty about what your goals are and what's important to you, you don't really have a great chance of your message being heard by people who will receive those words and find value in your words and ideas. And I've understood, that basic principle ever since I was a youngin'. That's why I enjoyed rolling the dice with, going on Omegle as often as I did. Just thinking, I just want to play the odds that if I meet enough strangers on this planet, I'll meet some that I vibe with. And that works. That's how I met Luna, and they changed the trajectory of my life an inexplainable amount. And after that, there came another period of my life where I felt like I needed to meet more people, and I started rolling the dice on Twitch and scrolling through certain Twitch tags of Twitch tags, and I mean same with Omegle, like searching Omegle tags, common interests, common mental states, common motives. And I guess I consider this YouTube channel to be the next phase of that plan of meeting people. I think that's something that it's a skill that has evolved over the years. These videos are a portfolio of mine, really. I need a version of myself to exist, patiently waiting and presenting and explaining these things. So then, when I'm done recording a video, progress is being made on that front. Even when I'm sleeping, even when I'm working, there is still the potential that the reach of the internet will find people. I hope to make those connections. I mean, and everything else I've said on this channel is true and sincere, and I believe it. And I hope for it. I hope that it's just those goals are kind of secondary to my own personal fulfillment and growth. And I want to build community with people that I can grow, that I want to be able to know people that inspire me to grow myself, to meet their level of comprehension and expertise and efficiency and goal setting. And like, we have only so much time on this earth, and I'm tired of scrambling for answers and for meaning. And I mean, I'll keep searching in my free time. I don't just turn the camera off and then sit around doing nothing. I share my feelings with loved ones. I try to read like books. I try to watch videos. I try to educate myself through the means that I believe are the most efficient and practical for me. And I don't dismiss, I consider possibilities of well, then maybe I should be applying to a college so that I can make connections with people who also applied to college. But do you see why I come to the conclusion that that's not the route that I want to take? That I'm not trying to meet people who value the institutions that currently exist to such a degree that they would go and get a degree. It's fine if you did. It's just, if I'm going to be rolling the dice in that direction, it's I'm not really trying to expend the amount of time and energy it would take to then apply and be at a university or whatever. I would have to reshape so much of my life and my time to do that. And if I don't believe that that's more efficient than just fucking meeting people online, then why the hell would I do that? and maybe I sound really, really stupid. That's fine. Maybe I am stupid. That's also acceptable. I'm not gonna burst into flames if it turns out I'm stupid or inefficient. And I don't think stupid, inefficient people deserve less. Therefore, I'm rubber, you're glue, etc., etc. I think Drive 45 has a really good thing going about how there's no mistaking their videos for just casual, like, glimpses into their real life. Their room, their home that we witness in their videos is literally like constructed out of clay and Play-Doh and puppets, and it's it's like you don't ever get to think that you know them as a person. It's always clear that it is densely constructed. It's a set. It's you don't know them just by watching their videos. And so the same goes for me. And you don't know me. You don't have a relationship to me. I don't have a relationship to you. Well, we do, but it's parasocial. It's if we want to change that, you would have to like talk to me, and I would have to talk to you. But like, I'm not really posting videos looking to make every viewer into a friend. I'm looking for ideas for what to do about this fucking planet we live on. So if you have any ideas, like, just post it as a comment. This is a safe space. Um, it's a lighthouse. It's a beacon. I'm staying put. It's a metaphor I got from watching Dan Harmon podcast about, yeah, about community building, and how if you're trying to find the people who care about the things that you make, you just have to make the things and let them be there as a lighthouse for people to find. And I guess I hope you find this. I hope this finds you well. And I guess I don't know. I feel like I'm taking it for granted right now how much value you might get from the things that I could share. If for some godforsaken reason this is the format in which you find meaning in which you find that you can trust, that, like, I don't know why you would. Like, what am I proving? That I'm well spoken, that I'm artistic, that I'm autistic, that I'm gay, that I'm sincere? I think that's the one. I think I'm trying to be a voice of sincerity and reason, because I don't feel like arguing with anyone about, like, if capitalism makes sense. We are past that stage. Material circumstances, we're all bound. We are all bound physically to our material circumstances, the ailments of our body, the illnesses of the mind. It's physical. Your life is a physical thing. Your happiness, your suffering, your hope, it takes place in the physical space. Isn't that nuts? But not just that, your your well-being depends on so many external factors that all take place in this damn physical material realm. And I wish that your needs could be met. That's all. That's it. I I I want you to be okay, and I want to be okay. And I don't want to meander about how to get there. I don't know what to do. I need to talk to people. I need to not just be brainstorming about this by myself all the time. And you're people. Like, I can say that with absolute certainty, that you're people. And I'm talking to you right now. And so long as I put in the effort afterwards to read whatever you have to say, This doesn't have to be such a one-sided thing. People come up with better ideas together in collaboration. We solve problems better cooperatively, I think. Yeah, yeah. I will be waiting. Thanks for watching.